Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It's Hassy Trades here from TIGERLINE Trading. In this video, I will analyze how I use different time frames effectively as a day trader in order to help predict what the price of an asset may do next. I do this by analyzing the trend and structure of a stock to help show me the overall picture when day trading. So when I do day trade and when I do scalp intraday, I like to look at the overall trend if you're in a downtrend or an uptrend. But this analysis will benefit all types of traders, including forex, cryptos, as well as my niche, which is stock trading. If you want to learn more about multiple time frames, then make sure you hit that like button, comment and subscribe. Let's get right into this video, guys. So first of all, let's start with what is multiple time frame analysis. So this is the way you go from one time frame to another in order to look at the overall indication on which way a stock would push towards. So again, like I use SPY as an example, I am going to be looking at the chart on a higher time frame to gauge what type of market we are in. Are we in a bearish downtrend or are we on an uptrend bullish? So would I look for calls or puts based on this, or would I look for a scalp to the upside or downside? Again, for me as a scalper, this means I look at the daily chart and 4 hour to give me an overall picture. However, I'm mainly focused on the 30-minute, 5-minute and 1-minute chart. The 5-minute and 1-minute chart gives me entries, and the 30-minute chart shows me the overall 30-minute picture, which will help me scalp intraday. Now, moving on to the first chart I want to analyze. Again, as you can see by the screen, I want to analyze SPY. But the reason is because this gives an overall indication on the stock market in my sector when I do trade small mid caps. But let's start off with the daily chart here. By looking at this daily chart, guys, what can you guys see? Let me just zoom out for you guys. What are we in? We are in an overall bearish downtrend. How do I know this? Let's just look here, guys. We got a rejection point just over here. We got another rejection here, and we got another rejection here. That is 3 types of rejections. Again, this indicates a downtrend. And now we are approaching the trend line again. So on an overall basis, we are on a downtrend. So I have kept this in mind. That's what the bigger picture is showing me. If we break this downtrend and we create a new structure, we create a higher low. So if we go ahead and do something like this, I'll just show you guys. We go ahead, do this, and then pull back and do this, and then go like this. That's a new structure created, and we'll be on an official uptrend. But right now, the overall analysis of SPY is we are on a downtrend. So it is key to keep an eye on this. And as I'm looking at this, I do know that I have to switch over to the 4-minute, 4-hour chart. I'm just going to keep an eye on this as well. But again, it's the same analysis. Just gives me a closer look into the chart. But I do know now by looking at the daily chart, we will reject off this area. So with the 4-hour chart, I also look for an analysis I missed on the daily. But I'm just creating my trend line. I created a trend here. And look, by looking at the 4-hour chart, I know there's a double top just here. If you look here, guys, this is a double top. So now I know overall we are approaching a bearish area. So I could start looking for a move based potentially to the downside. So the only thing I need to look for now is how low are we going to go. So by doing this, I'm just going to create an area of support. So this will be like one of my first areas of target if I do go down towards the downside. So if you do reject this and break below trend, you could possibly look for a move towards this 390, 395 area towards the downside. Now switching over to the 30-minute, again, just the same thing. Just looking at the overall 30-minute picture, keeping an eye on what is and what isn't going on. So as you can see, we have this huge burst of candle here. I think this was due to FOMC, if I'm not wrong. But we had that nice candle. So it's key to keep an eye on this. And I'm just going to draw an area of support just here. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw another area of support just here, because that's another area we've bounced off from on the 30-minute. But looking at the overall chart, again, just the same. We're rejecting this area here. I'm just going to look for to see if you do go short on this. But just create your area of support and supply. But by looking at the 30-minute chart again, as I do know, we do have that overall trend which we may reject on the weekly chart, on the daily chart, sorry. So I do have this in mind. So the 406, 408 level, I know it could be a possible area where I could short because I did look at the overall trend. But this 30-minute chart is more or less looking like it's overextended as we are creating a double top and we are approaching a key daily level. So it is key to keep that in mind. And then I'm going to switch over to the 5-minute and just look to see if I could get any other type of interest on this. But yeah, it's just showing me on the 5-minute that we are on a huge uptrend. On the 5-minute, that doesn't mean we're an overall uptrend, but I'm just sort of create like a wedge towards the upside to see if I could. So just here, got this mini wedge being created. So just here, maybe right under this, maybe an area of to short. As you can see, we created a trend here. 1, 2, 3, reclaimed, 4, 5. So if the stock, and we didn't close, the key to analyze it on the 5-minute, we didn't close below this trend line. So on the 5-minute, maybe if you do close below this trend line, I could switch over to the 1-minute and look for a short back towards 400 and below that the 395 zone. So it is key that I've analyzed this and I know this. But now I'm going to switch over to another chart, small cap chart, which is my niche. So let's switch over to MMAT. This is something we are looking to play this week as well, so it'll help you guys out quite a bit. Let me just draw these so let's just look at the again the daily chart. What can I see from the daily chart? Again, the daily chart, we are overall in a bearish downtrend. However, we have broken back to the upside. So if you look here, guys, we have created higher lows. So we broke we broke the downtrend, and we've created a higher low just here, here, and now here. So this is trying to go back towards the upside. Again, this is good for us because now intraday, because we know that this is looking bullish. Now switching over to the 4-hour chart, let's just switch over to this chart. Again, the same. It just gives us a clear view, but we are creating a bit of a wedge to the upside. If you look just here, guys, we are creating like a bit of a wedge. And again, it's looking to break out for that next leg towards $2. So I do know the 4-hour chart, we are bullish in that sense. As long as we break back over this 1.91 level, 1.95 level, we do get that push towards 2.3. So I know this on the 4-hour. Let's just switch over to the 30-minute chart. It should give the same type of analysis. But even if you look over the 30-minute chart, again, creating nice higher lows. So just a higher low here, a higher low here, and again another higher low here. So knowing this on the 30-minute chart, we are also looking quite bullish, higher low. So I do have that overall picture in my head. Again, let's just look for any patterns forming. I'm just looking for this. On the 30-minute just does show we have broken a downtrend. So if you look here, guys, we have broken the downtrend and we got that retest of the trend. So it is trying to make that next leg up. I'm quite confident with this on next week. But yeah, we've just broken this 4-hour wedge on the 30-minute. This should transcend to the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. So it is a good thing that it has broken out of the 30-minute, and now we're looking to push. Then I'll switch over to the 5-minute. Again, it's just same old same. I'll just look for areas of support and resistance here. Just looking at these areas. So I do know this is an area where you could potentially scale some up. Then another area just here. I like marking it like this just to see 2.1 area, and then they got the 2.3 area. These are areas where you'd look to take some profit. So areas of potential rejection. So that's what I'm doing right now. But even the 5-minute, again, is just transcending from the 30-minute. And then what I'll do after that is I'll switch over to the 1-minute to look for entries. Of course, the volume is not as clear on this chart right now because it is after hours etc. But normally I'd look for any pattern, the 1-minute chart to show me that we are curling back to the upside. And then I'd look for my entries, but that's about it, guys. So guys, this is what I do. I look through the chart. I'd make sure I look at the higher time frames to gauge interest and to look at different parameters. So let's see if this is an overall bullish or a bearish looking chart. If it's bearish, I tend to be a bit more careful. Maybe I could still play it intraday, but my chances of it going up are much lower, so I need to take profits a lot quicker. However, I do like avoiding those. But if the daily and 4-hour chart is bullish, I do know that if I do catch the bottom, I could be in for a really good run, especially with swing traders may possibly stepping in and looking for a more of a multi-day entry. So it's key to understand this when looking at higher time frames. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much.